What did your crush do that absolutely killed your interest? Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the video. She asked me if I was good with kids, because she was pregnant with her ex and that she's not good with kids. It was the first date. No way, dude. What was your response? I told her that I'm not comfortable raising a child that isn't mine and that it's not gonna work out. After my response, she lost her it, screaming that I was a heartless piece of it and that all men are the same. So much to wrap my mind around here. She is pregnant and actively seeking another man to fill in for the absentee father-to-be. Throws that info out there immediately and then gets angry at your response. Truly mind-blowing. I wish I could see your facial reaction to all this going down. She looked at me like she wanted to stab me 100 times. Oh, also I was 16 at the time. 16. Oh my god, that's the cherry on top. We were teenagers. He lived in a different province, and we used to chat on Skype. He wanted me to think he was a badass or something and would always talk about his drug use. He ended up faking a heroin overdose when we were on chat together. I was hysterically crying and freaking out, thinking I was watching someone dying, and was trying to figure out how to call 911 in another province when he snapped out of it and told me he was actually okay. I didn't talk to him much after that. Goddamn. What a loser. Kept arranging times to talk and whatnot, then always forgot or was not available. I've had the same thing happen to me. She would always text me and ask if I could chat at a certain time. Of course I would agree, then when I called she would have her phone off or only answer 5% of the time. I really liked her too, so I was just like, what the frick. If you say you want to talk at so and so time, you know, answering the phone might help. I had this girl text me, not me text her, 5 days in a row asking to hang out and stuff. I would say yes, then ask what she wanted to do. I would never get a response. I don't understand how you can ask somebody to hang out and then just ghost them. And I only kept getting my hopes up because she had some BS excuse to go with it. Some people just want to feel validated by knowing people want to spend time with them. I had some friends like that. We don't talk much anymore. Bullied the quiet kid in our class. What a joke. And it's such shame that she stooped to those levels cause she seemed like a sweet girl. The moment I saw her do that I lost it with her cause the quiet is genuinely a nice guy, still friends to this day due to our mutual love of anime and gaming. As a quiet guy who tries to be genuinely nice, thank you. Turned out to be the person eating everyone else's food from the break room fridge. My sandwich. You ate. MYYYY sandwich. That it's punishable by death. His sister actually approached me and let me know that he was once arrested for locking their other pregnant sister in their basement, went on a coke binge while she desperately tried to get out, and went outside to beat their unsuspecting neighbor's van with a golf club. That was a big ol' nope. Sister's a legend, by the way. It was really cool of her to tell me about all of that, and she actually continued to warn women about him even if some of the girls wouldn't listen and had to experience firsthand. She's really out here for her fellow females. Yee. I don't get washing. I just don't really like taking a shower or a bath or anything. I can smell this quote. This was years ago. On a first date. Tried to convince me to quit my job and put all my savings into gold bars. Then demanded I let him read my tarot cards to see if we'd be a good fit. Nope, nope, nope. Another controlling type. Aye. Huge crush on a fellow uni student. I was invited over for what I expected to be a platonic study date, but hey, any time spent is better than just being alone, or so I thought. Got there and found another student from class also. Okay, study group? Turns out her mum and her set us up for a full press MLM pitch. Video, literature, the works. I stayed a bit not to be rude. Excused myself shortly, and only talked to her in class just in passing from then on. Huge letdown. That is probably the most insane thing I could imagine. You know damn well she's not keeping friends after that. It's MLM. You're allowed to be rude to get away from these delusional scam artists. Talked non-stop about himself and his accomplishments and never asked me one question about myself. Experience this. but he would ask me questions about myself, and after one line from me, would take over the conversation and somehow direct the spotlight from my answer back onto himself, almost competitively. Went on a date with a guy similar to this, lol. He loved himself, and whenever he asked me a question he would take my reply and tell me why I was wrong for thinking it, and then tell me his right version. She slept with my dad. That is to be the shortest answer, and somehow still the biggest red flag. I would say Mythafrika, but the term doesn't work here. We worked together, and as I got to know him more I learned he talked badly about everyone. Nurses that are amazing he'd belittle. Talk about how certain people don't know what they're doing because they asked for an ultrasound IV as they were struggling getting a vein on a heroin addict. The paramedics were worthless. Doctors don't know what they're doing. Who he thought was hooking up, and it completely turned me off. He's in his early 40s and into gossip more than my teenage daughter. Ah yes, the know-it-all ER tech who finished half of medic school. I laughed way more than I should have because this specific person is a nurse tech. I have a guy who still introduces himself to patients as their medic instead of their tech. Cringe. Gossipers are empty, hungry ghosts, filling the void inside. Gossip is the devil's telephone. Best to just hang up. Moira Rose. He picked me up for our first date and his car was disgusting. Not talking a few trash items. The entire back seat and floorboard was completely covered in piled up trash, even up front. I had to step on empty McDonald's bags, old soda bottles, wrappers to even get in. And all he said was, just move it around with your feet. No sorry or anything. Made me feel like trash too. Like dang, couldn't even clean up a little? But you're the goblin queen? Hey man, even goblins have standards. Ignored me when somebody new and shiny came along. It's better than keeping you as a doormat, mate. Good phrasing. Told me that she didn't like me back anymore, but maybe if I waited long enough she would like me like that again. Ugh, I hate this. You're not an airport. You don't get to put people in holding patterns. Very well said. Crush County Tower. Bravo Foxtrot 349er is cleared. Direct the CC4. Descend and maintain FL50. Hold southeast on the 140-degree radial. Expect further clearance never. Double quote. Did she expect human feelings to work like nostalgia? Told me he liked dating broken girls so he could fix them. See you later, boner. I had an ex tell me that. She said that she liked dating guys with issues to try and fix them. Meanwhile she had a ton of issues. Well, it turns out he wasn't interested in girls, so I knew I had to kill my feelings or feel stupid for keeping them. At least you got to know about it. It's way better than being in the dark. Like in the closet. Said she was staring up a group for LGBT youth. I asked her why, and then realized I had been barking up the wrong tree. I'm dumb. She is a lesbian. I thought I had found the one. We were good as married in my mind. She invited me over to her place, not as a date thing, but just to hang out as friends. Her house was absolutely filthy and the glass of Coke she gave me had a hair in it. She was really cute, had a great personality, and was a genuinely nice person. But as soon as I saw cat on the floor near the front door and just dirty everything, my crush disappeared and I left in a hurry. Yeah, there's messy and then there's this. I am fine with mess and clutter. That stuff just needs tidying up. I cannot handle filth. This is absolutely filthy. Ross Geller? You know how you throw your jacket on a chair at the end of the day? Well, instead of a chair, it's a pile of garbage. And, instead of a jacket, it's a pile of garbage. And, instead of the end of the day, it's the end of time. And garbage is all that has survived. Attempted to get through a horror movie together and he kept letting the movie run, then rewinding the movie so that the horror never came. He pretended to be scared and would whine about the scare that was coming. I guess he thought this was a cute gesture and would refuse to continue. It dragged a 5-minute scene into a 45-minute production of his. Oh no, but I'm scared. No, I don't want to. This is terrifying. This was a guy who told me that he loved horror movies. He was full of really weird contradictions, but this was the straw that broke the camel's back. What the frick did I just read? So just before a scare he'd keep rewinding over and over saying he's too scared of what's coming up. Frick that guy. I hate people talking, never mind rewinding constantly. Then on the 6th rewind, the movie changes and the character knew exactly where the jump scare was. That's just super freaking weird, what the frick. Probably he doesn't, but somehow lied about it when you asked about it. Somehow got to know that you liked it. How I'm not the biggest fan of horror myself. Will watch from behind a cushion, but did, because he wanted to. I don't have a problem with guys getting scared. It's the whole point of the horror genre. But the whining was irritating. I suggested that we stop a number of times, but he would insist on continuing. It was literally play, rewind, play, stop, whine, rewind, fast forward, stop, whine. Intricate studying of the scene to anticipate what the scare would be, play a bit, and repeat. I'm pretty sure it was an act to get me to see his softer side, but I just felt it was unnecessary and pretty frustrating.